No, but I would say our priority is first and foremost to bring back our soldiers safely home. So if the Hezbollah unconditionally returns these soldiers back to Israel, then of course we can consider the ceasefire. This is not to neglect the second phase, which is to bring Lebanon back to the Lebanese. And this is by dismantling the Hezbollah, by making sure that they will not have this potential of destabilizing and flaring up the entire region and really holding all of us hostages to their very, very extreme policies.
Do you believe that Hezbollah will fully disarm, though, and is it realistic to even assume that the Lebanese government has? Do you think that a ceasefire could, in fact, we could see a ceasefire in the coming days?
Unfortunately, I do not think it's very realistic. I would like to see the Hezbollah release unconditionally the soldiers. If they do, then we have something to talk about. So this is the time to go on and finish the job whereby the Hezbollah will not hold us all hostage. It does concern us. And by the way, most of the victims or most of the casualties are Hezbollah terrorists. I mean, there are scores of Israelis who were killed and injured as well. There is a war here that was imposed on us. Now, we have been very, very careful to target only Hezbollah, and to the extent that we do some kind of infrastructure, we're trying not to. But if it's bridges, there is a purpose in order to isolate Hezbollah, in order for them not to be able to rearm or to deploy their forces in a more menacing way. So everything we do is very calculated, and I believe it will bear fruits in a matter of days.
So you see, it's a very difficult situation. And the only country in the world that can play a role is the United States. I think this is a very simplistic approach to things. President Bush said, Mr. Annan, the Secretary General of the United Nations, can call President Assad and put an end to all these events. I think this is oversimplistic. You know what? History did not start 6 days ago. This is an ongoing conflict. I don't want to talk about Syria because you know the situation, but let me give you the example of the Lebanese people. In the past year, what we really want is for the United States, the only country in the world that has influence and leverage on Israel, to talk to Israel. The United States has been saying during the past year that they are friends to the Lebanese government. Lebanon is being burnt today. The Lebanese Prime Minister said on CNN yesterday that the gates of hell are opening on Lebanon. Lebanon is being massacred, totally massacred. The United States should use its leverage to restrain Israel. An immediate ceasefire should be achieved immediately, and without any delay, an exchange of prisoners. Why not? What's wrong in this? This is a very moderate, reasonable offer. The Lebanese have seen what happened 3 days ago in the United Nations when the Lebanese government rushed to the Security Council.